Well, hello there. Sheena Kantar here. So you wouldn't want it if it wasn't already yours. I want to prove this point to you now. I want you to see that everything you ever wanted, you actually have. Don't worry, I didn't actually get it either. It took all these years of studying to try and figure this one out. I wanted to believe it. I sort of knew it theoretically, easy for me to say, but I didn't feel it. I didn't really get it. And I've always been asking and searching, how do I know I've already got it? I mean, we can talk about the 4D world, 5D worlds, point zero, quantum physics, all of it, all of it. But unless we've got an image in our mind in which to work with, it's really difficult to see. So you're ready for this? Pascal said that as well. He said, if you hadn't already, you wouldn't, oh, if you wouldn't be seeking me had you not already found me. So what's going on here? Right. Well, in the true style of the way Bob Proctor works, let's have, this is us. There we go. Aren't we absolutely beautiful? So here's me. And we've got our mind. It doesn't quite look like this, I know, but it is basically conscious mind and subconscious mind. So what we have here would be like 2%. Okay. And your subconscious mind, 98%. Have we got this so far? Are we doing well so far? Great. So what you know is only 2%. In fact, what you're actually seeing is probably 0.0001%. And we think that's everything. How silly. I mean, we're told this over and over again, but we still look at that 0.001% thinking that's everything. When everything is in the nothing, everything is in the space. I mean, even how this video is getting to you, it's traveling through space. You can't see it. Does it mean it's there, not there? Of course it's there. And I'm a 2D effect on your phone. But we live in a 3D world. Does that mean there's more? I think there's a 4D world. Well, the 4D world would be like your imagination because you can go anywhere at any time, can you? You can go, we can go to Toronto. We can go to Niagara Falls. We can go to Paris. And I bet you had the image of Niagara Falls and then you had the image of the Eiffel Tower. Unless you have your own personal experience. But that's what came into my mind. So we can go anywhere. So what is happening? Like, we have this amazing power. There's more to us than life. Like, who's breathing you now? I mean, there's a deeper question to that, but never mind that now. Let's just give you something that you can cope with. Who's breathing you now? Is that life itself? Is it? Okay, so this life itself, let's call it pure light. Okay, let's give it a bit of a different color here going on so that we can see it. We'll give it a bit of, there we go. And it is shining right through us. Right through. Everything. Quantum physics shows us that we're light. Quantum physics shows us that we are pure light itself. Pure light itself. We think we're cells. They drill down and find atoms. They drill down 3 atoms and find light. We're light. We are vibrating light, just as much as my phone is light, vibrating light, creating a phone. What appears to be a phone. It all appears because it's actually images in our mind. Nothing really outside, it's all in our mind. That's why we were told not to look outside and to look inside, because that's where everything is. But I digress. So what happens as it comes through our body? This is just a graphical representation to give you an idea. So this is our filter. We literally have a filter. And that's filled with beliefs, stories, previous programming. It's all the same thing. I mean, how you're programmed is your previous beliefs. Maybe it's a cultural belief. I find it really funny, when we were in Austria and then you go across the border to Hungary and the different culture, like immediately, like there was an actual line there and an actual wall that made these people different and would speak different languages. Silly, isn't it? And like in Northern Ireland, how we had Catholic and Protestants. I mean, they all just look the same, for goodness sake, all just people worshipping the same God. And yet, borders. What is that? I mean, if we were to look from Mars at Earth, we don't have borders. So we've got this filter going on, filled with all stories, whatever, that's come alive. And we only know this bit here, this 2%. So we think that this is everything, this 2%. We think that this bit here is just absolutely everything. We forget about the 98% that's actually driving the results. This 2% just makes a decision. And the 98% carries it out. Thing is, we're doing all the thinking with the 2%, trying to figure everything out, the 2%, getting more knowledge, read another book, do another program over and over and over and over again. More knowledge, thinking we know it all. You're not doing anything. Pride comes before a fall. Believe me, I've felt it a few times. Quite a few times, thinking I knew it all, thinking I had all the answers. All it did was cause me suffering. I couldn't study enough, couldn't get enough qualifications, couldn't read enough books. All I had to do here was the 2%, make a decision. 98% in the subconscious was actually carrying it out. And so that is where we need to get to, guys. We need to get into here. This is the bit we need to get into. This is what is important. And we do this by training our mind and getting our mind so focused. It's not being distracted. And we're distracted because who's got the next program? Who's got the next book? Who's got the next this, that, and the other? What we need is a mind training program. So you can find your answers. Not Bob Proctor's answers, not Gina Cantor's answers, not anybody else's answers. Your answers. Your answers. Because what happens here, you see, is that it's like this creates the shadow. This is the effect. Life. Circumstances. Nearly fitted that in. This is life. It's the shadow. That you create from your filter. So think about that. Just think about that filter. This beautiful light coming in goes through your filter and produces your results. Do you like your results? We need to change your filter. The thing is, you're trying to change it in the conscious mind. And that's not what's running the program. The program is already running. You just end up fighting yourself. We need to change the program. My past life, I've been a programmer. There's no point in me putting on new software, new information on top of a shoddy operating system. We've got to really paradigm shift that operating system. If we don't do that at a basic level, no program is going to work. You just end up with the same results because your filter hasn't changed. If you're ready for that, if you've had enough knowledge, then you know thinking into results is your only answer. It's not more knowledge. You know this stuff. You know it. But it will give you a path to reprogram. Maybe it'll take 6 months. Maybe it'll take a year. Maybe it'll take 2 years. What are you doing anyway? Oh, let me read another book. I tell you what, I still read other books, but I link it to every single lesson. And I go, that's what that means. So I keep getting higher and higher levels and understanding of what Bob has been saying. I'd been studying for 12 years before I got to Bob's material. Oh, believe me, I tried to cheat my way out of it as well. I tried to watch the YouTube videos. I thought, well, I know all this stuff. I'll just do it. You have no idea what you're heading up against once you start to reprogram this, because it's a kickback. It's a kickback. This is a journey through yourself, to yourself. And that wasn't pretty for me. Then we find out that there is no self. It was a huge shift for me. There's just one self. But if we're so full of our own knowledge, knowing is the past. There's a different type of knowing. And knowing that consolidates the future that you want. Knowing that consolidates the future that you want in the now, in the present. But we got to clear the crap. We're reprogramming that filter that this beautiful, pure light right here. That has got everything you've ever wanted. Everything. It hits your filter. Depending where you are in your mood and in your attitude or whatever, if you're too much in your mind, you're missing it. You're missing the opportunities because every single thing you want is here and it is flowing through you. Why? Because it is you. You are everything. But you have a filter which creates your shadow, your results. The 3D world. So we can tap into this beautiful, pure energy with our 4D world, which is our imagination. We can tap into that. But if we're so focused on the shadow, we'll miss all the light that you are. If you're serious about change and you've got too much knowledge and you're not at peace, maybe you've already had results, but you're not at peace. Because let me tell you, I thought that when I got this, when I got that, when I got the other, that I would have peace. Oh my goodness, I didn't. I just felt exactly the same. I was actually disappointed. Don't live your life in disappointment. Don't live your life chasing the next thing. Don't live your life getting. I mean, you can do all that if you want. But if you want peace and results, and you're serious, book a call. You want to know what's in here. But tell you what, you can't really find out until you get in, because I can tell you. And, you know, we've got the masterclass next week running from Dr. Gallagher. Watch that. Watch all of it. But unless you actually make a committed decision and step in, you'll always be sitting on outside. And hey, what are we living for the next 6 months? Year, 2 years? What's changed for you, feeling wise, results wise? Perhaps you've had some success, but you don't have peace. Perhaps you've been working so hard that you're burnt out. Your way isn't working. Try this way. I'll be here, ready, book a call if you're serious, or perhaps just watch the webinar. If we do the webinar, then perhaps that'll help you a little bit more. It's lovely to meet you. Have a wonderful day. And for some reason, I can't switch this thing off. That's why I'm still talking. My button has disappeared. So I will love you and leave you. And hopefully this one works. See ya. Bye.